King Charles and Queen Camilla continue their 6-day tour of Australia. A visit to the country's parliament in Canberra led to an unexpected colonial confrontation.
Give us what you stole from us! Our bones, our skulls, our babies, our people! You destroyed our land! Give us a just island! This is not your land! This is not your land! You are not my kids! You are not our kids!
That is Australian Aboriginal Senator Lidia Thorpe heckling the King, who addressed the Australian Parliament today, accusing the Royals of being complicit in genocide and destroying Indigenous land. Thorpe, as you saw in that video, was escorted out of Parliament by security. Anna Cunningham's in our bureau in London. She was watching that. Tell us a little bit more about this confrontation in Canberra, Anna.
Morning, Heather. Well, King Charles had actually just given a speech and he was sitting down when Lidia Thorpe started walking up the aisle shouting in protest. Now, I just want to point you to what she's wearing. She's actually in traditional dress. It's a possum skin cloak. She is an Indigenous rights activist and, as she said, an Aboriginal independent senator. This went on for about a minute. She accused the King of genocide against our people and said, "This is not your land. You are not my king." Now, she was escorted out the building. Outside, she explained why she acted. Take a listen.
I certainly got a few nods from Aboriginal people in the room to show that they support my resistance, which is the resistance of my people for over 200 years. We'll continue to resist the colony until we have a peacemaking treaty where we can celebrate this country together. We don't need a king from another country to dictate to us what we do here.
Now, Heather, she went on to emphasise her point going on social media. Take a look at what she posted, making her views very clear, saying, "Not my king, treaty now." Now, she has long been an advocate for a treaty between Australia's government and its first inhabitants. In fact, Australia is the only former British colony without one. It's not her first protest, though. When she was sworn in as a parliamentarian, she actually refused to pledge allegiance to the Queen. The King today didn't react. I think he would have been aware that today was certainly going to be the day where difficult aspects of Australia's past would be raised. He mentioned in his speech about being shaped and strengthened by the traditional wisdom of First Nations communities. Let's take a listen to some of what he said.
Let me also say how deeply I appreciated this morning's moving Welcome to Country ceremony, which offers me the opportunity to pay my respects to the traditional owners of the lands on which we meet, the Ngunnawal people and all First Nations peoples who have loved and cared for this continent for 65,000 years.
Now, in terms of a reaction or response from Buckingham Palace here in London, no comment on the protest. Only a message, Heather, of thanks for the thousands who turned out to support them.
For years, Anna, we've reported on the vigorous campaign within Australia to become a republic. What have we seen this royal visit in terms of pro- and anti-monarchy sentiment?
Well, look, I think Lidia Thorpe is not a lone voice, that's clear. She is a very vocal voice, and certainly just like Canada, there are both anti-monarchy and pro-monarchist movements. What's been interesting, though, is we know that there were 6 Australian premiers who said that they were not able to attend this ceremony in Canberra. Monarchists have actually accused them of insulting the King. You have to go back to 1999 to look at the referendum that was held in Australia on becoming a republic. Then the vote was 54.9%. against that move. And we know that Anthony Albanese, Australia's Prime Minister, has certainly been a strong supporter for a republic, but recently he's indicated a second referendum's not a priority. If you take a look at these images from the arrival of the King and Queen, you will see that there were efforts made to ensure that they received a traditional welcome that did include First Nation communities. But Heather, I think that question of a possible waning of support for the monarchy in Australia is likely, in part, why we're actually seeing this royal tour take place. Heather.
Anna, thank you very much. Anna Cunningham from London this morning.